They love you. We love you. Welcome back to the show,
Thank
bud.
you.
You look great.
Thank you.
Let's talk about this. Yeah, ow. Yeah.
I got an owl.
You got an owl.
That was
That's
nice.
pretty good. Yeah.
That's cool.
The studio is nominated for 23 Emmy Awards. Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
I couldn't stop talking about it backstage because honestly, it is the funniest show I've seen maybe ever. It is
That's so nice. Thank you.
Every
I really appreciate
single thing, every actor is crushing it in this
Yeah,
thing.
they're all so good. Yeah, I feel
Ike
so
Barinholtz, unbelievable.
He's so good, yeah.
Chase Sweet Wonders,
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara, yeah.
And Catherine Hahn.
And Catherine Hahn.
Double
Both
Catherine.
Catherines. Both comedy Catherines.
By the way, who does the wardrobe on that?
A woman named Cameron Lennox, who's incredible.
Brilliant.
So, yeah.
Brilliantly done. You look sharp.
Thank you.
In the show, but also Catherine Hahn was at one point wearing two fanny packs.
Two fanny packs simultaneously, yes.
It's so funny. I gotta say, there's things in there I watched, I laughed at. I looked so forward to seeing the next episode. I'm like, I was geeking out and everything. I'm like, over-analyzing. I'm like, I wonder if he did that. I'm like, no, I'm overthinking it. Like people overthink a Beatles song. We're like, no, he's the walrus. But no, and I go, but when the Golden Globe episode, do you know that Ted Sarandos in the background?
Yeah, you see him on the screens whenever he's referenced.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah, I wanted people who are like savvy with how television shows were made to think we were only able to license footage of him.
You got me.
And then we actually had it.
I'm so happy that you wrote that. I'm so happy that you did that. I knew that you wrote it. I was hoping. I was hoping. I didn't want to overact. I was looking at it, I go, that's so funny they couldn't get clearance to Ted Sarandos because it's on Apple.
And we got him.
And then he comes in and nails his line.
Yeah, it was a real amazing thing. To get the CEO of Netflix to appear on an Apple show just shows you how unthreatened Netflix is by Apple.
Seriously. Yeah. But I don't know how, but every line, and you're right with Evan Goldberg.
Yeah.
Man, he's a funny guy as well. And you get people to act that there's no way you're going to get this. You got Martin Scorsese to come on the show, and that guy, I don't know if that you who's laughing at. Yeah, this guy's laughing at a lot of stuff. But he was so good that he got nominated for an Emmy for acting.
I know. We got Marty Scorsese an acting Emmy nomination, which is amazing. Yes, it's nice to give him a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's incredible, and I'm amazed he did. I'd never met Martin Scorsese ever in my life prior to him showing up on the show. In the episode, it's like I destroy a movie he's trying to make, and it culminates with him. We're at Charlize Theron's party, and it culminates with him sort of like sobbing in like Charlize Theron's, like, due to height, her chest area, basically. And so we honestly thought it would sort of be a big allure to both of them, both to Marty to get to sob in Charlize's chest, and to Charlize to have all the people to sob in your chest. Marty Scorsese is a pretty good one. And so we sort of parent trapped him, where I simultaneously told Marty Charlize was excited to have him sob on her, and told Charlize that Marty was excited to sob on her, and they both said yes, thank God.
Yes.
Because if they didn't, I would have had to like CG my head onto Charlize like a body doubles.
Yeah, of course.
But we did it. We got him.
Every little thing. I don't want. There's so many people I don't want to miss out on. But Bryan Cranston.
Oh, he's amazing.
Next level.
He's really good.
Next level. Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. Dave Franco.
Davey Franco.
Holy moly. I can't say enough great things about the studio. I loved every single thing. I didn't want it to end.
Thank you.
It was one of those things I just loved it so much. Well deserved.
I appreciate it. Yeah, Cranston kills it. He's.
I've never seen anything like this.
No, and he plays a guy on drugs very, very, very well. Yeah.
He's the head of this.
He's like the head of the parent company. He's like the Brian Roberts, like what he is to Comcast.
Yeah. So and he doesn't realize it, but he overdoses.
He takes way too many. Yeah. There's an episode where we're supposed to give a big presentation for the studio, and we think we're all microdosing shrooms, but we all macrodose shrooms, I guess. Which is 100% based on a thing that happened to me and Evan in real life. Yes, where we were, not surprisingly, I've mistimed the ingestion of drugs with important events in my life.
Tell me this story.
So we were supposed to be, me and Evan were promoting This Is the End, and we were going to be on Marc Maron's podcast early in the morning one morning, and the night before was the premiere to This Is the End. And we stayed up very late doing mushrooms, a lot of mushrooms. And then the next morning, we lived right near each other, so we were picked up by the same car, And we were getting driven to the podcast, and we looked at each other, and we were both like, I think I'm still on mushrooms. Like, and we're about to do like a long, in-depth interview. I think I'm on shrooms. And so we were like, what we should do is have the guy stop, and we'll go to Starbucks, and we'll just pound as much coffee as we fathomably can, and hopefully it like electrifies our, it like shocks our brains back into being normal. What happened is we pound all this coffee, and I think it like caused our hearts to like beat really fast. And it like just surged all the mushrooms through our body again in a crazy way. And we sit down in Marc Maron's little like guest house thing to do the interview. And there was a moment where just like, I felt like a hand reach out and touch my hand. And it was Evan just staring at me. And we've known each other a long time. And I know the look was, I'm still 100% on a lot of mushrooms right now. And I looked back at him and gave him the look, was like, I as well am fully on mushrooms right now. And we proceeded to do the entire interview, and I've been afraid to listen to it, but I've...
Oh, my God.
For better or worse, I've been told you can't tell we're on mushrooms, which I actually think is bad for me as a person.
Yeah. That's an insult.
Because it means that, like, right now, I could be on tons of mushrooms. I'd be acting exactly the same as I am right now.
Oh, my gosh. It's ridiculous when you see what the way he acts.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's brilliant. Oh, also, and I hate to just keep saying how much I loved it, but the second episode was called, I think it's The Oneer.
The Oneer, yeah.
It's all shot in one shot using one camera.
Yeah.
So there's no edits at all in the second episode. And it's about filming a movie and how you're losing light and how everything has to be perfect.
Yes.
So everything kind of has to be perfect for this episode.
Yes, and we actually were losing light as we were shooting the episode, and it became the show's very meta. It gets very meta.
It's tense and exciting,
Yeah.
and I will say your physical comedy
Thank you.
was unbelievable, because if you mess that up, you got to go back and do the whole episode again.
Yes, I will constantly hurt myself. I hurt my shoulder for 4 months after doing like a silly fall on this
It was
show.
worth it. It was worth it.
Like constant, like I used to being younger and being able I can fall, do this.
It was great.
Now I was like an out of shape 43-year-old man. I'll be like, I'll do the fall, and everyone could like tell it hurt a lot more than it was supposed.
I thought it was acting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh no, that hurt.
It hurt you. Okay, good. Anyway, check it out if you haven't seen it. Let's talk about your other show, Platonic. Season 2 is streaming now, and guess what? It has 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. You're hitting home runs, bud.
Got a sting for that.
Yeah, you got a sting, you got a woo, you got a sting. I will say your wardrobe on Platonic is also on point.
Yes. Also Cameron Lennox, the same costume designer. Yeah, I dress
brilliant.
incredibly, I don't want to say silly. I'd say, Benny Blanco was on my mood board.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the show, my character's sort of like going through a midlife crisis and trying desperately to cling to youth. And the first season, a similar thing happened where I was like, what would like a sad midlife crisis look be? And so I cut my hair very short and I bleached it. And then by the time the show came out, that actually became like a cool thing guys were doing who were having midlife crises. And in this season, I have like a stupid mullet, like the dumbest haircut you can have, and I did it to look stupid. And now, currently, we shot the show a year ago. They are in fashion right now.
Dude, you can't get away from it.
Very sad, yeah. Just know, if you have a mullet, I'm making fun of you.
Yes.
I don't think
it's cool. No.
It's lame. It's a joke. It's a punchline of a joke.
Unbelievable.
Cut your mullets off.
Oh, my God. You and Rose Byrne are so good together. How do we set up what season 2 is about in Platonic?
At the beginning, it starts. We are good friends who have been friends for many years, and we tend to interfere in each other's lives and relationships. And at the beginning of the season, I'm engaged to a woman, and I know that Rose, as my friend, sort of ruins my relationships when she gets too close to my partner. So I've been trying to keep them separated and distant, but she's also planning my wedding, which makes it hard for me to keep them separate. But I'm still trying to not let my fiance and my best friend, who's also our wedding planner, have any contact with one another.
Very good. I want to show a clip here. Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne in Platonic. Take a look at this.
Listen to me, if you don't let Jenna and I hang out, you know what's gonna happen? She's gonna think you're hiding something, she's gonna hate me, and then you and I aren't gonna be friends again.
Okay, don't you think you're being a little dramatic?
No, I don't think so. You're about to get married again. If we want to stay friends this time, then we're gonna have to do normal adult stuff, like couples dinners and like that.
Fine.
Yeah.
You want to do a mother couples dinner? Let's do a mother couple.
Wait tomorrow night. Let's do a mother.
Oh, I'm in.
Great, 7 p.m., my place.
Great, 7 p.m. your place. Couples dinner.
on.
Awesome. She got any dietary restrictions?
She says she's allergic to gluten, but she's not.
What am I supposed to do with
Same thing I do with it. Nothing.
Awesome.
Seth Rogen, everybody. Season 2 of Platonic is streaming now on Apple TV+. We'll be right back with Heidi Klum. Stick around, everybody.